Welcome to the Business and Brews podcast, where our mission is to highlight local businesses in the Triangle area and shed light on different industries. And welcome back to the Business and Brews show. I'm Gevin Vinson.
I'm Ryan Smeltz, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege of introducing Amber, Jaime, and Munjo. Amber and Jaime, tell us who Munjo is.
He's this little old man. Fell in my lap one day, and we honestly, the company was named after him as kind of a joke. We didn't really, we wanted to do some art stuff. We wanted to do some group art shows, do some interactive stuff for artists to kind of try to make more of a public platform. Because Raleigh, we moved to Raleigh, and we found all this cool art, all these really cool artists, but no structure to the scene. There was nothing actually happening with it. So we just had some ideas we were sitting on that had been rejected from past projects that we had done for other clients, and we were like, we liked these ideas. We thought they were fun. We thought they were funny. So we kind of just put them all together, realized we needed a name for it, and we're like, well, let's name it Munjo. Because it sounds so vague, it could be anything. It really could be. It doesn't sound specific to any genre, to any language even, to anything. So we tried to register Munjo.com. It was not available. Nothing was there, totally dead site. So we just thought, well, what if we just put it twice? That's how much thought went into it. It was how about two times? And of course that was available, because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
So that is what became Munjo Munjo.
Now the dog is famous.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having us here in your beautiful facility. This is definitely a
Yes,
great story. Yeah, that's a great story. So, you guys about ready for the holidays, or? No?
Well,
all right. How's your week been going?
Pretty good. I told you I'm not ready, but I lied. So
Oh, okay.
I do want you to know that a little bit more thought went into this. This is for you, Gavin.
What? You get?
I know you weren't expecting this.
When was that?
But there's a story to it, okay?
So do I get to open this up
Yeah.
on the air?
Yeah.
I have to,
You have to,
questions,
because
no
Munjo
questions.
thinks there might be food in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I must
you
see it. Yeah, I see the angry eyes here.
So there's two of them.
Okay.
One of them is for me, and one is for you.
Awesome.
And this is my contribution of a little bit of structure to our show.
I like that.
Show.
I
Maybe everyday life, but
I
you know
love that, man. I
Oh,
love
man.
that.
whatever you want to write inside it. Obviously,
Man, if we weren't on camera, I'd give you a big old kiss, man.
Okay.
That's what you Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, now I just got to get a pen.
Well, there's next Christmas.
Yeah. So what about you? You said you went to hang out with your family. And
Yeah. We took a little short trip down to Charlotte, a little kid's birthday party. My son's little cousin, they're a set of twins that are actually now told them, did the whole trampoline park thing. Make the adults have more fun than the kids did.
Yeah.
It's cool.
No one got hurt, right?
No, nobody got hurt. Yeah, but this was just today. Ask me tomorrow.
okay, so a little about the beer we're drinking tonight. This is People's Porter by Foothills Brewing Company in Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem. What do you have there, Jaime?
This is the Full Steam Rocket Science IPA, and I know I'm gonna get judged for this. I always get judged for my choice in beers. But to be fair, I didn't drink beer until I moved here. I had some beer, but I didn't yes, this is the beer I like. This is the brewery that I like it from. So I'm still learning. I was gonna ask what a porter is actually. But what makes it a darker? What makes it a porter?
So I can't get a lot into how it's brewed and stuff like that because I don't brew beer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to try a porter and you like chocolate and peanut butter, I highly recommend Sweet Baby Peas.
I'm sorry. I think you have hard stock option.
I will tell you,
We're
they sell it by the Harris Teeter by my house.
Okay.
And it seems every time I go there, they're out.
What brewery is it from?
Duclaw.
Okay.
we call it brewery, but it's called Sweet Baby
Do you call it like the puppies do club?
I don't know what that is.
That's pretty good. Like puppies do.
Well, some dogs have like, you know, they've got the normal pad and the toes, and then they'll have like one random little toe bean towards the back.
Oh,
Further up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably much
Spell
better.
it.
I'm not sure. I think it's DUCLAW.
That's probably
that's how you spell the brewing company.
So maybe.
We have to research
I
this.
see. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Now you know what to do.
What about you, Amber? What do you have?
I have a brewery Bavana Bounty.
Nice.
Kind of sour.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's somebody that would like that. And you also have Munjo on your shirt.
Of course.
Oh,
It's a little different from his current look. Yeah.
yes.
The only time he made that terrifying face.
Yes. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
How did you get it on camera?
It was intentional.
Oh.
It was. I definitely made him do it. He okay, so he's like 10. He was raised on table scraps for 5 years. Nothing but table scraps. So when I took him in, his teeth were like covered in gunk, whatever gunk accumulates on dog's teeth. So I started like trying to maintain it better, and they were really loose and starting to come out. And as they started to, I don't know, decalcify, whatever it's called. As they got cleaned, the teeth became looser. I guess that's what's holding them in. So his teeth started falling out. So he can't chew like milk bones or like rawhides or anything. So if you give one to him, he'll just sit there and he'll lick it. He'll lick it all night, but he can't eat it. So I gave him a little piece of milk bone, and he was like basically just sucking on it. And then I stuck my finger in there and yanked it out. That's the face he made. So I was ready with the camera.
I'm sure you did.
Never done it again.
So tell us a little bit, like, I'm always curious how people come up with the idea. You told us like where the name came from, but what kind of made you want to start a pop-up store in downtown Raleigh?
We did not start with this in mind.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I think we just had a few designs already. They were like, we should do something with this, like the pizza, and have one with like bears all over it. And I drew all their faces crazy.
Like,
And oh yeah, like
Oh, nice.
different faces, same
Like
way.
that.
And I think we just did a little pop up at the bottle shop down the street.
We had a pizza party because
Yeah.
we had pizza shirts that came in pizza boxes, so it seemed appropriate. We had a pizza party.
Yeah.
We brought out a big reason was wanting a gumball machine.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first
Wanted
things we
a toy
bought.
capsule.
We decided we were gonna start a company. We're like, we're gonna have a gumball machine.
Yeah.
So we bought that.
So,
Yeah.
Took that and a stack of pizza boxes with shirts in them and threw a pizza party.
yeah.
That was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be our launch.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
We get calls from the bottle shop bartenders saying, "Hey, you got a pizza shirt? A large and a medium." We're like, "All right." So just walk down the street with these boxes, like, deliver it to people that are sitting there drinking.
Yeah. Sold the whole first round
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very memorable.
Yeah.
That's very memorable.
So we thought we would do more.
Yeah.
So we threw more
Just
pizza
kinda-
parties, coloring parties, and
Yeah.
compiled more absurd ideas. We released a puzzle. It was called the Good Luck Puzzle.
Like, good luck doing it, because there's no
Yeah.
guide and it was like a pattern. Where
Intentionally colored to be harsh on your
I
eyes.
finished it.
So like staring at it at all is intended to give you kind of a headache.
Yeah.
And then
It's like classic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this together.
yeah, that was one of our better ideas.
Yeah. We're due for another.
So Amber, you
Yeah.
told me a little bit about it, but I see all these cassette tapes.
Oh yeah.
What gave you that idea? Where did you get all of this?
Man, I think I just grew up making mixtapes for my friends and stuff, or for
Yeah.
me off the radio, so just love cassette tapes. And for some reason I had some, like when we found out we were getting this space, I was like, I really want to put like the whole wall behind like the register as like this cassette tape wall.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I went on Facebook and I asked for, tweeted for strangers to give me cassette tapes I had laying around, so I didn't want to spend $1 on every single one of them.
Oh yeah.
And, 5 people or so said they had a huge batch, so I went and picked them up from some strangers and took them outside and spray painted them.
That's pretty cool.
Made a little pattern.
That's pretty cool. Look at cool story behind it.
Yeah. And the extras are the little sign cards for like pricing and stuff. So.
Yeah, I saw that around the store.
The original idea was a much bigger coverage.
Yeah, I really wanted to do like the whole wall, but
Yeah.
then I was like, what if we're only here for 2 months and now I've glued 2 cassette tapes to the wall? Like, no one wants to deal with that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Now,
so cool.
now, how long has it been since you guys came up with the idea to the point that we're at now? How long in total?
Wow.
I want to say almost 4 now. Like in February, I think would be 4.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and we have, like I said, we started like with pop-ups. Like we started, not intending to even do it this long, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had this handful of ideas, and we were like, at least we can use this to like build a platform where we can start doing these group art shows and stuff, and it took off stronger than it should have. But it's good because now we can do these group art shows. We can do them here in the store. Amber's put together a live art battle. We're about to do the 4th one in a few weeks. That's at a whole other venue, but I mean, all of these little things we're doing out and about just comes back to us like continuing to do these pop-ups and continuing to meet other artists and do events with them. February we'll have our 3rd Valentine card set coming out, where we do like, I don't know, I think we're doing 10 this year,
Maybe.
but we do a handful of local artists that we really like, and everyone just contributes their own, like, could be anti-Valentine's, could be lovey-dovey, like whatever they want to do on a Valentine's card. Do a set, throw a Valentine's party. That's the kind of stuff that we started this in mind with.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I just like how you guys are focused on the local artists, nothing big and fancy, not, it's almost like everybody's got those dreams and those goals and stuff like that. I'm sure we all want to, run the world, but because you're kind of right here, right now, I feel like that's contributing a lot to the success that you are seeing, especially with pizza shirts. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, pizza, who doesn't like pizza, right?
And really, we did start also with the idea in mind that like, so many people say that they don't draw or like they're not creative and stuff like that. And we also wanted to be able to tell these people, you have it in you, you haven't exercised it since you were like 10 years old or whatever. And we had it was a group market, like pop-up market with a handful of other artists that we did during during SuperCon, like during SuperCon weekend. And we had a big panel of the bears with no faces on them. And we encouraged, like, the artists all contributed a face, but we contributed the people in the audience to contribute a face too. And like so many people were just like, oh, I don't draw, I'm not creative enough to do
I
that.
feel like it's a face, man. Eyes in a mouth.
Yeah, like Amber was shoving markers in people's hands and be like, too bad, do it. And we ended up with
You
this,
draw us 2 circles and a line.
right? It's not hard.
And nobody just did that, so.
And we ended up with, I think, 72 people or something that had gotten to draw a face on this thing. It is the coolest thing. Like it's in our studio at home. It's so cool. We should hang it here. Honestly, and we've tried to recreate it a couple times. We did the adult swim tour last year, and we took one to each stop, and we drew a little banner with the city and date on it, and then had people who stopped by the booth draw their face on it, and then we wrapped it off at the end, so that we didn't have to put it back in the car and take it out. And they all came out good, but like that first one where everyone was like, I don't draw, I can't do this, I'm not creative, is by far the best one that we've ever done.
Yeah. Also, the markers worked better flat.
Yeah.
Like out in the field, we're like, you go for it.
So with the success that you've had, I mean, clearly, it speaks to, the need for this in the actual community. And I know we were talking before, we actually went live about the community here as far as the actual art community and, how big an actual market is here, but there's no more structure to it. I mean, so what are some of the challenges that you're facing currently in your business? Is it getting the word out? Is it, what are some of the challenges you're facing?
Just keeping fresh events, maybe, so it doesn't get stale.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a weird thing we've noticed is that every time we have a new idea, the first time we do it is always the best.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because we always get a really good response and nobody has anything bad to say about it. But the next one we do, it'll be good, but nothing ever seems to live up to the first one. And maybe it's just us being like, oh my god, people enjoyed this, people came and had fun. And the next time we're like, yeah,
My hopes are up too high.
It's gotten easier since we moved here too, though, because like that was when we first moved here. Like there was nothing like that going on, but shortly after we started, like Emerge opened, which is like an art bar.
Right.
Like a lot of artists hang out there. They do open calls for artists. Like they get people involved over there. So that has become kind of a popular spot with a lot of art people who are trying to get into the art scene. And now that there's them and us and just events happening, and there's also like Artsclosure, what's the one that just finished? Basically the last one, SparkCon, and like even there's more music festivals, Dreamville, Art Cool, and everything. All these things are like little platforms for the artists because they have vending booths, they have like mural walls and stuff like that. And we came here right as Raleigh Murals Project was like in full swing. So like another big element of the general public like accepting new ideas of art stuff in the community. So I mean, it's not like we came in and like we built this. Like we just came in at the right time with the right ideas, and we had some experience already, so it was easier to organize with all these other cool things happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Get tired of not eating.
So you keep mentioning that you moved here. Where you moved from?
Chicago.
Okay. Did you have this same thing up there? Or?
Not at all. And that was part of it too, was that
Kind of came here to start something.
like we didn't really have a solid plan. We just had this
We
idea.
just made art together sometimes and like.
And we're like, we should do something.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I mean, Chicago has a big art scene.
Yeah,
Like
they
they've
do.
got cool stuff happening that like we aren't even close to.
Yeah.
And like people come in here and are like, this is so different. It's so cool. We need this kind of thing here. And like it's really cool to hear. It's good to know that like we're establishing that kind of reputation here. But like in Chicago, we couldn't just do this and have it work.
Way
Like,
more money.
yeah, way more money. Gotta know way more people.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's a really cool art scene going on in Chicago. It wasn't that we were like, let's take this somewhere else. It was just like we came here and we're like, where's all that cool stuff? So we're trying to do our part in making it a thing.
That's awesome. So with that, I mean, what's the vision that you have of like where you want the company to go, like where you want it to grow to?
I want to have an ice cream truck. Sell our merch from an ice cream truck.
I love ice cream, so I would like
Visit
to have
different
ice cream.
cities here and there. I just like traveling a lot, so I'd like to go out and come back, you know.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a Munjo ice cream
Of
truck?
course.
Nice.
I mean, ideally, if it could look like.
Yes.
Drive
What
down
flavor
the
would that be if it was Munjo? What flavor would
Guess
that
We did a cotton candy.
He's a simple old man.
Our cotton candy is like, it's called flute because it looks like his hair, but it's coconut flavor. So he might be coconut.
Maybe coconut. Yeah.
Maybe coconut.
Maybe.
Munjo is now coconut.
He's like, what? Food?
Yeah, I think we just want to grow so that we can do more to like lift up other artists too, like do more collaborative stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
with up and coming artists. Most artists have like 3 jobs and like
Yeah.
don't have the time or money to like really invest into their art kind of in a way. So
Yeah. I mean, it was hard enough for us to start this, honestly. Like, it just all happened at the right time. But we came into it with that. Like, our first, we went home to Chicago, and our first events there were collaborative coloring parties, where we had artists that we knew from back home do the art phase, and then threw a pizza party around that. But I mean, that was like baby steps. And like you guys did say, like that we are like focused on local. We're focused on like independent more so than local. Like local because we're here,
Right.
because there's so much cool stuff going on here. But like we also do work regularly with friends back in Chicago who do the stuff. And I mean, we talk to other artists a lot. We want to do stuff with other artists from other areas. So there's cool stuff happening everywhere. But this is our home right now. There's enough cool stuff here going on.
So you guys do have a website. Can you tell me a little bit about the website? Like what will people find on there and stuff?
They can shop online.
Yeah.
They can find.
There's a really
usually
cute
our
picture of
events.
Munjo on there.
I'm sure there's cute pictures of Munjo.
Okay.
I don't remember which
There's
one.
just one.
Oh,
There's a little
just
hidden link. Not very hidden. If you're looking, you'll click it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty basic. Actually, lately it's been like a place to post if we had, like we opened the store, you know, we posted about stores coming up, but there's no like natural traffic to the website that isn't going there for shopping,
Right.
which is fine. But another thing we want to do in like the community sense is we want to start doing a little more active blog where we can kind of talk about stuff that artists asked us, like how do you get a store, like how do you print your shirts. Like there's a lot of details to like getting involved in something like this, and a lot of artists, I think people think they can't do it because they don't know how to go print a batch of stickers with their drawing on it. They don't know how to go to a store and be like, hey, will you sell my shirts?
Right.
So we've talked about doing something where we focus on like the list style popular blog thing, like 3 ways to
The business side of it.
yeah.
Okay.
Like 3 ways to market your product for local pop-ups or something like that. Stuff that will actually help artists and not just like, I mean, not that we're making money from this to begin with, but I mean, really like we're the ones that benefit from what's happening right now, and the other artists benefit because we take what we are getting from this and building these events out of it. But that's only like 5 or 6 artists per thing that we do. Like we can only do so much with that.
Right.
But if we did something a little more informational, I think would help a lot of these people who have the basic stuff that they need help with, that we could help if we didn't have to do this other thing for like what we're already involved with kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff and things in there.
I mean, education is a big piece of it anyway, so a lot of people go to Google to find answers to stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to add there. You mentioned the events a couple of times now. Like, what are some events that you guys hold here? Maybe some upcoming ones that you guys are going to be holding here.
Basement battle. But that's not good though. We have a book release coming up for Lisa Quinn. She does Monsters of the Merlot webcomic.
Okay.
And she's a good example of one of these artists that's like doing something really cool, but like doesn't really have an existing foundation. You know, like she just launched her web store, and like her stuff is so relatable and it's so funny, but like there's something to be fulfilled there for like the marketing aspect and like building it into something bigger. And it's something like we've talked to her about, and that's part of what this is we want to help her release this book and reach a wider audience, because she's one of those artists that should be able to do that. Like that should be what she does, to make art.
We want other artists to make more money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. We want other artists making money off of their art. There's no reason that we should be able to do it, and they shouldn't.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but it's just like you were talking about before, just, you know, a big part of that, just the education piece and just getting in front of people that actually would benefit from it, and having artists actually benefit from it as well. So.
He's over it.
He's like totally over it.
You can tell if there's no food around it. It's like
Still looks pretty happy.
Always looks.
So we're in this beautiful physical location. What's the address? We haven't mentioned the address of the location yet. We want to do that.
So 120 South Arlington Street, basically across the street from Gravy, same block as Centro. Okay.
Around the corner from Raleigh Times.
Yeah.
Of course.
Near everything you know about.
Yes.
right across the street. Or in front.
Half a block from the Capitol. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, very conveniently located. So, yeah, I'm sure you get a lot of, just like you're talking about from festivals, you get a lot of traffic from the restaurants and festivals, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, we really lucked out. Like we didn't go into not just having a store, but when we talked about starting it, we never thought we'd be like right downtown.
Yeah.
How did you guys stumble across this location?
So So we actually, not to make it a long story, but a couple years ago we did a month at City Market. They had a little pop-up shop kind of thing, and that went really well for a month. And then we couldn't stay there; they didn't let anyone stay past it. So I think last Christmas, basically the last year, anytime we had days off, we were out setting up a tent at a festival or market somewhere. I was like, wow, it'd be really great to have a pop-up shop again. So I think last Christmas we tried to find a spot downtown for like a month. And the downtown Raleigh Alliance is kind of a good contact. We met with them, told them, here's what we do, this is what we kind of would like to do, and if you know of any spaces. So they sent a few options our way, and we contacted, and then this one ended up being like the one that was gonna work out, and it did not work out in time for Christmas, so we did nothing last year during the shopping season. We had no markets, so we thought we'd be in here. So spring rolled around, I was like, let's contact them again and see if they're ready. So yeah, they were ready, and we're like, well, let's try it. For a month, it's really, really flexible lease. So, you know, if it didn't go well, get out quickly.
Good exit strategy.
But yeah, it went well, and that was April, so now it's December.
Nice.
Worked out a
So
little
far,
bit.
so good.
Well, congratulations on the success so far.
Thank you.
Munjo scoffed at that. I
Yeah,
don't know if you heard that.
He's like, it's the lack of food we have here. I'm sorry.
So, I was just curious looking at some of the designs you got back here. And you mentioned the pizza shirts, but earlier you were saying you're a graphic designer, so like, where do you come up with the designs and how do you develop those?
I just doodle stuff. I kind of, you know, all through school I just doodle during meetings at work. Do that or fall asleep, so I just would draw little random stuff here and there, and sometimes I picked random parts out of those and kind of think that looks cool. You work that out a little further, and yeah. So I just kind of, just come up
Also,
with
it's
something.
not a coincidence that so much of this is food inspired.
Yeah.
I take it that you guys love pizza and ice cream. That's where you going with that shit.
Yeah.
See, coffee. See. So, who came up with the bear theme though? Who came up with that? That was,
That's all I heard.
Yeah, I just drew one and I was like, oh, that's a cute bear. And then I think he was like, you should draw a bunch of them. I was like,
They were
okay.
different faces, making different
Yeah,
colors.
yeah, okay.
They're all put, like the paintings hanging there.
Yeah, so
That's
how-
exactly the first thing we talked about. And they
Yeah.
didn't come into fruition until like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
They were the last things we got around to actually doing.
yeah, so just draw the lines.
I do like it. I love that wall. I get to
It's
it.
great.
So
So many
different
people see it.
personalities.
It comes in.
yeah.
It's, yeah. Do you see the one of me?
Oh, I did not until now.
Mine
Yeah.
has the pink hair, but it's since grown out, since I
It's just a
painted that.
little less obvious as well.
That's pretty cool.
That's phenomenal.
Thanks.
So, you ready to move on to the next segment?
Yeah. I just see. I love when you ask for permission, man. I'm still a little astonished about my Christmas gift, man. You know, I'm still a little hung up on that. So
Well, we got
That's
time to
fine.
fill it up.
you got time to fill it up?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for.
She plotted that because that's like the same issue that we had a lot of this.
No, we don't plan enough.
Oh, yeah.
We just got winters of hoodies last week.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
still
like the
winter,
end
but
of
it's-
December.
It's still gonna get cold, yeah.
It's true,
January,
but,
February, we still got that big
We
snow.
should have
coming,
had
you know,
that
all
planned and
winter
ready to
stuff.
order like 2 months ago. Like ready. 2020 video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's the New Year's resolution right there.
It's just my list
New Year's
of
not
things
resolution.
that
then.
fail,
Well, this next segment is 3 questions that we have brewing.
Oh.
You want to hit the first one off? You like the first one?
Yeah,
Let's do
so,
the first one. You do the first one.
I'm pretty sure I know his answer, but when you guys aren't creating and running your store, planning events, what do you like to do for fun?
this is gonna sound really lame, but I just do more of what we're doing. To be totally honest, like I work with friends who have like their passion projects too, and I work for them. Like I do this stuff professionally, but I do it for them really cheap because I want to do these like passion projects of theirs. So if like if we're between something, she goes out of town or something, and we're not doing business and stuff, I'm hunkered down on a completely different project, doing the same kind of stuff, like helping my friends like comedy stuff build, or helping a friend's band with their merchandise or something. And then when I'm done having fun with it, I get back to the work stuff. But I'm trying to be more social. She's forcing me
Burger
to like,
time.
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Burger Time Boxcar lately.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool. That's become my weekend thing.
What is it called?
Burger Time.
Oh, okay.
It's an old school arcade game. You run back and forth on the levels, and you drop parts of the burger and compile at the bottom. You throw pepper at the pickles or something in there, kind of like.
Ew, yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, and
It's great.
I've gotten way too good at it.
My favorite one over there is a monster truck one.
I haven't played that.
No, I haven't either, but
It's
not
terrible.
really
It's like
for it.
super simple, you know.
Yeah.
Buzzing
Just try
and
to-
joysticks.
That's just like those are the best ones though. Like, it's not too complex.
I just spent hours in front of that thing.
Really?
Crazy.
That's the one that's like just turning, right?
I
Like
think
it's
it's like
sort
a
of-
steering wheel, a couple buttons, and
Oh
Like
yeah,
race
yeah,
style.
foot pedal, yeah, I know exactly
It's
what
like
you're talking about,
old fashioned arcade, like
Yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. What about you, Amber?
I love a good karaoke night.
yeah.
There you go.
That's when I'm going out. If I stay home, I've been watching Terrace House. It's like Japanese real world, but way less drama.
What's
Than
it
real
called?
world.
But everyone's really
Terrace
select.
House. It's called Terrace House. It's like 3 guys and 3 girls, and they don't know each other, and they like live in a house together, which is very unusual. But I used to live there, so I'm trying to keep studying, and that's a good way to like hear it, even though I watch it with English subtitles. So I'm studying.
That's
Study Japanese in my spare
Oh.
time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, second question. I'm gonna modify this one if you don't mind.
Definitely, absolutely.
Call a audible. That's all right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, who, if you could have one artist to come to the actual shot, who would it be, dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Man.
No, that's a tough question. It's kind of off the cuff.
Yeah, that's.
I want Buff Monster to come and paint drippy ice creams everywhere. He makes like neon drippy like monster ice cream.
Where's he at? Is he?
It's in New York, I think, or LA. One of the two. I just love it. Neon and ice cream.
Neon ice cream. Yes. What's not to love about that, right?
Man. You know,
That's hard.
it really is, man. Like, I know there's a lot of people who have like that one artist that they follow hardcore or something.
Yeah.
But I'm really not like. I'm more just like I love this thing this person did. I love this thing this person
Yeah.
did. But this is gonna sound really sappy. I hope he's not like actually watching this. But I really want my brother to come see it. My brother is an established graffiti artist, well, muralist now, as it's called, in Chicago. Done some epic cool stuff up there, and I grew up around him, like making stuff, like his sketchbooks. I'd go shoot photos of them painting, him and his friends painting and stuff. So that's the only artist that I've like followed a career path, and he's also like one of the only people in my family who hasn't been down. From my immediate family. Since we've had the story. He's been here a few times. He came and painted down here, painted an awesome piece over at Free Expression Tunnel, is what it's called.
Yeah.
around the
Lasted
state.
like 12 seconds.
Yeah, it was gone so quick. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was such an epic piece, but also that's the place you paint something if you don't care if it is or it is. No, it's just weird.
Nice. So, I don't know, maybe come down here.
Get down here.
Right?
Pick this
We were
wall
trying to
for
make
us.
plans. It just didn't work out yet. He was gonna come do that.
This is why 2020 will be more plans.
There you go. Your 2029 resolution.
That's right.
So the last one is we kind of already talked about the address, but what's the best way for
feel like Instagram,
Yeah.
just because we're both have access to it. It's something that we're updating on an almost daily basis. We use it for a lot of interactive stuff, like we have events, we like let people vote on like who would be in it or what to do with it or what, and man, I just feel like that's the most personal way, because everyone's on their phone.
Yeah.
Everyone's on Instagram, everyone's flipping through stuff.
Don't call our phone number.
Oh,
Just
God,
go
don't.
straight to
Just
voicemail.
Yeah, it's like literally set straight to voicemail, so we can
What's the Instagram account?
Munjo Munjo.
Munjo Munjo on Instagram.
Munjo, Munjo.
Okay, perfect.
In honor of the boss.
The boss. I feel like we need to have like one of those little like titles at the bottom, like no animals were harmed during the murders.
Even disagree. One not being fed.
Okay, that's Charlie Beers.
That's torture, sir.
Munjo just wants
We'll
some
watch it
steak.
waiting to see like what terrible thing happened. Like, right
One animal took a nap during the
Yeah, that's right.
That's you, Munjo. Well, last thing is, I always like to tell people before we stop on here, this is our 14th episode, 12th, 13th, I don't know. But you guys do apparel. The last guest we had on, guys, was consignment with eBay. We've had Diane with the NC Hemp Shop. And I think the most important thing is that Gevin and I want to bring value to the viewers. We want to bring value to the business owners and the community, the local area here in North Carolina. And so if you have gotten any value from this episode or any episode before, then please feel free to like and share this video and our podcast with your friends, because I think a lot of the challenges that the business owners we have on here, other people have those same problems and questions, and I think that would help a ton of people, not just in the local community, but nationwide as well. So, thanks everyone for watching so much.
I'll let you do the outro.
Okay.
Let's switch it up. You do the outro.
I'm gonna do the outro. So, my name again is Ryan Smeltz. This is Gevin Vinson, Amber, Jamie, Munjo.
Munjo.
Thank you so much for letting us have the episode here in your place.
Thank you guys
Thanks so much for
Yeah.
being on the show, and just like that,
We're out.